Live from Clearwater, it's Sports Talk with T, with your host, Teresa Fitzgerald. I'm Stephen K, and this is Sports Talk with T. Hey, T.
Hi, Steve. How are we doing today?
Pretty good. Got my hands full here.
Yeah, we do.
All righty.
We got lots.
Well, should we celebrate?
Absolutely.
Wherever our celebration.
Where is it? There it is.
Here it is. It's happening.
Yes, it is. We have football now until February, everybody. Yeah, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That little lull in the middle of the summer is over.
It's over. Yes.
As preseason started, we had a great game last night.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, it happened last night. First preseason games. Actually, Thursday night was the first preseason games.
Yeah, there were a couple preseason games on Thursday evening. I do believe the Eagles played
Go ahead.
the Chargers, I do believe. I can't remember. I gotta be honest with you. I didn't really pay attention to that game. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's just say it. It's preseason, but it's preseason.
But now is when you get to see all these college guys that were picked in the second and third string,
Right.
even the first rounders. They're going to come out. And now you're going to see what they're made out of.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. So.
And last night was pretty good for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I almost said Rays, but that's a whole different story.
That sentence wouldn't have been true if you had said the race.
No. No,
But that's another conversation for another segment.
That's right.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah, so we had preseason football last night. It was preseason. This is week 1. So we have, what, 3-4 games, Steve?
Three.
3, okay.
Yep. So this week what they did is they brought, well, I know this is what,
Your alarm's going
hey,
off.
must be showtime.
Must be showtime. 4 minutes late.
Yeah, there you go. But that's because we missed the first one.
We missed the first one, yes.
Yeah,
We were
that's right.
scrambling. We were doing some stuff, chit-chatting away. You know, it's our production meeting at 9 in the morning, which we probably should do a little earlier
Yeah,
because we start
that-
yakking and
It
then
went into 10 o'clock.
they went in right into 10, but that's
Yep.
okay. We're still here, folks.
Yep.
Yeah, so last night, Tampa hosted the Tennessee Titans. They actually did joint practices Thursday and Friday also. Got a little testy Thursday afternoon. There was a full, bench clearing brawl at practice on Thursday.
Where, at the Bucks?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear about that one.
Oh, yeah. Steve,
no.
maybe you should turn the news on once in a while.
I do.
No. Why don't you turn the local news on?
Yeah.
Okay? I'm just...
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about that.
Turn it
one.
on at 6:20.
What was the fight about?
No one knows. It was just...
Just a bunch of boys being boys.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Baker Mayfield said Friday morning. He goes, you know what? He goes, it's different because we got another team in, so we're practicing in pads. Things get a little heated, and then it's just what it is. And we turn around and went back to the locker room. Everything was fine. There were no fist fights or anything like that. Just a little pushing and shoving. So, like you see, boys will be boys. They're actually re-airing the game. I don't even know which channel you are. Are you channel 8?
This is on CW.
CW is
they're
re-aired. Yeah.
Yep, they're redoing it. You know, I liked the coverage last night with Chris Myers and Randy Barber.
Yeah, Randy. Yeah,
he was great.
Yeah.
They've
been doing that for a while now, though.
Yeah, but they do Fox stuff. They're like the B or C team for Fox when they go out and they go.
I
around
wonder
the
if that's even going to be the case this year because Fox is really changing up a lot of personnel and things like that.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens. And yeah, we'll have to. I just lost my train of thought.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it was good to see all the new players come out.
Yep.
And obviously now you're going to have to tell me what's the guy's name, the offensive coordinator again, because they keep switching them and I can't
Okay, so his name is Josh Grizzard, and Grizzard. They call him Grizz.
Grizz, right.
He was promoted from being the team's pass game coordinator last year. So we have a new offensive coordinator, but it's somebody that's been in the organization. So the article that I was reading on Pewter Report, this gentleman, I'm not sure who he is, but he only covers Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's very well respected in the Tampa Bay community. He's on all the local news stations. basically what he was saying is that since it's going to be a new offensive coordinator, this is the fourth one in 4 years.
Yeah.
I mean, which is good because they're getting promoted to head coaching jobs, but now you got someone that was actually in the organization last year. So Baker and Trask, and now even Teddy Bridgewater, which we're going to talk about also, their quarterbacks, they should have a little bit easier of time adapting to what he's doing because he's already been in the system, so there shouldn't be too many changes.
Yeah, he's been in the system, plus you got new guys coming in,
Yep.
and they're not learning anything wrong to start with. There's no bad
Right.
habits going
No,
on.
exactly.
So you learn, and if they're going to be with the team
Yeah.
to fit with this guy, and if he stays with them, it's going to be great. You
Right.
know what I mean? It'll be a match made in heaven.
Right. And I mean, you can't blame these guys like the Liam Cohens and the Dave Canales. They
No.
got head coaching jobs.
Yep.
So, you know, they're trying to, this is what you want. You want to be a head coach in the NFL. There's only 32 jobs. It's a prestigious job. So you can't blame them for wanting to go from an offense coordinator to a head coach.
That's right.
I mean, I know it's a big jump, but hey, give them a ton of credit. They're obviously doing something right because they're getting the interviews and they're getting hired. So the Bucs are doing something good as an organization. Obviously, you don't want to keep turning over offensive coordinators, but that's just the nature of this. It's a
That's
business,
right.
folks. At
That's
the
right.
end of the day, it's
and
still
you
a
got to
business.
have, and what you got to have your players buy in and agree to what you're doing. And so
Correct.
far, they all love them over there.
Yep.
And they're all excited about it. And it showed last night in the preseason game.
Absolutely.
Going up against
Tennessee.
Tennessee,
Yeah.
and Tennessee with their number one draft pick, all around number one.
Yeah,
draft
they're over
pick.
Cam Ward out of
Cam
Miami.
Ward out of Miami.
Yeah, I thought he looked all right. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to preface by saying this, folks. I didn't watch the whole football game.
Yeah.
I think you did.
Yep.
I was switching back and forth. I was watching the Jets play. And I turned on 5 different football games last night. I'm not going to lie. It was great.
Yeah, Cam Ward's passes, they were pretty good and on target and stuff. Takes a little time. He's got a quick out pass
Yeah.
that he throws. It's like a safety valve. But the speed of which the game was going for the Titans was different than what it was for the Bucs, because the Bucs were all over 'em.
Yeah.
And it's great. And I kind of like this abbreviated preseason because you only have a little bit of opportunity to see these guys that are third and fourth stringers, even second stringers that might need a position coming in the next season. But you only got a couple games to look at them. So last night, what they did, they threw in everybody.
Yeah.
They played everybody except the water boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the starters.
and the starters. They didn't play any starters last
So
night.
you'll
They're
probably-
all third string people.
Right. And basically what they're doing is that they invited people to camp. They obviously have signed people they drafted. They want to see if they're going to be able to fit in the organization.
That's right.
Ultimately, you got to get down to a 53-man roster. I'm not sure how many are at training camp. I don't know that exact number, Steve. Do you
Yeah,
know?
I think 65, I'm guessing.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I was going to say 70. So
Yeah,
65,
there
70.
there
yeah.
probably is 70, because you do have you got some taxi squad guys you
Right.
can put on the side. You got some long-term injury guys, and you got,
Right.
you know how that shakes out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when is they have to be down to 60 by Tuesday this week or the following week? I think it is.
It might be 60 this week, but it's 53.
That's just before the week one.
That's before week 1,
Yeah,
correct? Yeah. So
right.
that'd be
That Tuesday.
that would be the Tuesday exactly
Right.
before week 1 starts. Yeah.
Right.
So and Bo said at the beginning of training camp, he goes, "Listen, we've got some tough decisions, especially on the receiver core." He's like, "We've drafted a couple good guys. We've had guys coming back.
Yep.
We've signed some. So they've got some, personnel moves that they've got to make,
That's
and they
right.
got to make some serious decisions here."
They and because they wish they could keep everybody, but
no, that's not
you
how this
can't. Now that they're looking at 4 quarterbacks, their quarterback situation, we can just talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, we need to.
Holy cow.
So they brought in Teddy Bridgewater.
Let's say, Baker Mayfield throwing a pass last week hit a helmet with his hand,
Yeah.
and bruised his hand, so he didn't practice the week before, but all this week he came in and practiced. So
Right.
But he did not start. He didn't play at all, and
Which isn't shocking,
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
regardless of the injury.
that's
or
right.
not.
Now they got 4 quarterbacks on their roster right now.
Yeah, which is
And
crazy.
the one guy, Belichick, something. I don't know what. I've never heard of him before. But
Bazelak.
Bazelak, there you go. You got to help me. You always help me with the names.
So he's basically their fourth string quarterback right now. Bazelak is. He probably will not be. He may not be here. I don't know if they're going to carry 4 or not. How they're going to do it. Kyle Trask started last night. I thought he looked very good. He looked very comfortable.
He looked good. He's usually, but my only criticism of him in the past is he is slow, just a split second slow on getting rid of the ball.
Right.
A little bit slow on the decision making. Last night I didn't see that at all.
No, so obviously something's changed for him.
Yep.
And well, I'll tell you what, bringing in Teddy Bridgewater changed things for him.
Well, that's
quick.
right. Then we'll talk about let's see what Todd Bowles had to say about Trask last night.
Kyle Trask played, and is he just one of those guys that might be more of a gamer than a practice player?
I thought he played very well. He was 12 of 16. He made some timely throws down the field, one to a Mecca, he made one to a J-Mac, and then he made another one. So he did a very good job controlling the offense. He was poised in the pocket. As far as being a gamer, need more evidence, but he's off to a good start this preseason. And, practice wasn't as sharp the last week, but he came in the game and he played well.
Thoughts on Nick Jackson and his big plays tonight?
Football play.
All right, we cut him off right there. But that's good. Enough of that. But Todd Bowles he was lukewarm on Trask in the beginning of training camp, because Trask has and this is a real mild-mannered guy, very soft-spoken guy.
Yeah.
He's not one of these ape personalities, but when he gets out on the field, and he has had 0 plays on the field. Last year, he came in for 1 play during when Baker Mayfield got possible concussion, had to come out of the game for 1 set of plays, and then Trask came in. That was the only time he played last year.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, unfortunately, Trask knows that he's a backup.
Yep.
Especially with this organization.
Yep. But and it seems like he's happy to be there. He doesn't have that kind of ego as I'm the best. I need to be on top.
Right.
Of that
Yeah. He's not running around. Yeah.
Right. And he's fitting
keeping,
right in.
You know what he's doing? He's keeping his head down, keeping his mouth shut, and he's playing the game.
Yeah. Well, you go back to some of the quarterbacks and look at the old Johnny Unitas and Earl Morrall. Earl Morrall sat behind Johnny Unitas for years, and what happened when he went to Miami Dolphins, went to Super Bowl? Earl Morrall's there.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know what I mean?
So.
Yeah, and that's that kind of mindset you got to have if you know you're going to be the second backup guy. So, and the third place guy,
Teddy Bridgewater got
Teddy
signed.
Bridgewater.
It's an interesting situation with Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah.
So Teddy Bridgewater last season did not play in the NFL.
Nope.
He opted to go and coach
High school.
his former high school team
Yep.
down in Miami.
Yep.
And let me tell you, folks, he's not from a nice part of Miami.
No, that's a rough area.
It's a rough area.
Yep.
It's called Miami Northwestern is his alma mater. He was actually suspended by the Florida High School Athletic Association for what they called improper benefits provided by Bridgewater. Basically, Bridgewater was all right. I mean, give Teddy Bridgewater a ton of credit. He's lived in the neighborhoods. He understands what's going on with these kids.
And he knows the motivation.
He knows what's going on.
Yep.
He was buying them food, folks, and he was giving them Uber rides to and from practice to
Yeah.
make sure they got there safely. This is how bad this neighborhood, these kids
That's
are.
right.
Unfortunately, him trying to do that is a
Violates.
violation. He also went on to Facebook, and he had asked some fans to donate so that he could subsidize.
Yeah. He started a GoFundMe page to fund the kids going back and what they
And the
need.
meals.
Because you see some real talent there that you might be able to produce, but they're growing up in such a rough neighborhood. The family doesn't have any money. They can't even buy cleats, whatever.
Yeah, they can't. I mean, they don't have food.
Yeah, and it where that area down is in old Northwest, down in Brownsville, down in the old section where the Orange Bowl used to be.
Okay.
I'm
not. I've only been down to Miami a couple times, so I'm not that familiar
They've
with
cleaned that part of the area up quite a
yeah.
bit, but Overtown and that whole area down there, you talk about Detroit, it's kind of like that.
Yeah. So last year, Bridgewater, he led the team to their Class 3A championship in his first year. But then, of course, he got suspended, so now he was able to go back into the NFL. So, I mean,
Yep.
Adam Scheffner.
Well, he came into the Detroit Lions last year when what was their quarterback?
Goff.
Goff went down, so they needed a backup quarterback. He came in, he never played.
Right.
I think he might have done one series of downs or something like that. But
and he was drafted 12 years ago already. I cannot believe it's been 12 years.
yeah, he originally was with Pittsburgh Steelers, wasn't he?
Right, and then he was over in Minnesota for a while too. Yeah,
He's been around.
He's
another one of these
he's
guys.
a journeyman.
He's another one of these guys like Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
And once you land in the right
Spot.
spot, this could be it. So what you get with Bridgewater,
but you get a good backup with Bridgewater. You really do.
you get a backup and a coach.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Absolutely. So Adam Scheffner of ESPN on Twitter, after this was revealed as to why he wasn't, coaching the kids anymore.
Right.
He said, you know what? This is when you're trying to do a right is interpreted as a wrong. I
That's
thought
right.
that was a perfect quote.
That's
And
right.
I mean, once I delve into, because at first all you saw was Bucks signed Bridgewater suspended
Yeah.
by whatever. And I'm like, what the? What? I hate when the press does this.
Yeah, well, they take a bunch of words and mix it up to
Right.
make a different
So
meaning.
when I was doing the deep dive into this, I'm like, this guy was trying to do something good for these kids.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he was giving them cash. He was giving them meals and providing them rides.
Yeah.
So, I mean, whatever. It just...
Yeah, we're trying to do good. Now, see, if
And the only people
a
that's
private school had done this,
well,
no, but in that little continuum, of, they got these,
yeah.
stiff shirts that are running this deal. I mean, the association for, what was it, for high school athletes or something?
Yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But the problem, what I think this is the only people that are that isn't benefiting is the kids now, because they lose a great coach.
They lose a great,
and they lost a great mentor too. I mean, this is a guy that's from that area and has done well for himself.
Yep.
I mean, he's a role model.
Yep.
And they're the only ones that aren't going to benefit from this, is because of this stupid rule. I mean, I understand you got to have rules, because if not, it will get out of hand. But maybe you should say, all right, well, these kids are going hungry, so I get it, and they don't have rides. I mean, these kids can be shot going back home from practice.
That's the thing that's the real heartbreaker here is the kids. All these kids probably got talent. He wouldn't have seen. He saw something in them.
Yeah.
They have talent. Could be the difference of the rest of your life, change in your life to where gets you on the right track.
Because some of these kids would be right. I mean, this is high school football, so maybe now some of these kids can be going into a college program. I'm not saying they're going to be Division 1A. I mean, they may not be going down to the U down in Miami, or going up to Gainesville or Tallahassee, but they might go down to a third, a Division 3.
Back in the day, I would say FAU, but they've become quite a good program.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So they may be able to go, like I said, into Division 3 or Division 2 football and still get a scholarship and an education.
That's right.
And and I think that's where the problem is.
And get out of the hood.
That's the other thing.
Get
them out of the hood.
That's the main thing.
Yeah, so that's the other thing.
That's, so many guys,
Yeah.
you see it like that. And you're seeing a lot more of the sports, the players and stuff kind of wrapping around this, trying to do this. And the NFL is too.
Yeah.
So God bless them for that.
All right, but you just got to do it within their boundaries. So.
That's right.
And the other thing that was announced this week, which Steve and I have talked about, don't screw this up, ESPN.
Well, they will.
ESPN purchased NFL Network and Red Zone, although this does need to be approved by regulators. So this will not do for this season. Nothing changes.
Right.
Because it's not approved yet. ESPN, they bought the naming rights to the Red Zone. So a lot of football fans are saying, hey, maybe we can do a Red Zone for college football now.
Yeah.
Which
That would be crazy, though, because...
Well, you know what you need to do, though? You would have
there's
to...
way too many teams.
Right, but you would have to do it like Big Ten Red Zone.
Yeah.
SEC Red Zone.
Yeah.
Big East,
Right.
ACC. I think that's how you would do it. You can't have all that college football in Red Zone. I mean, Scott Hansen wouldn't be able to keep up.
Yeah.
He's the host of the Red Zone.
Not only
NFL
that,
right
some
now.
of those games might go on for 2 or 3, the college games that start maybe Thursday, play Friday and Saturday. So
Right.
you got red zone, red zone.
Red zone,
you know
red
what I mean?
zone. So, yeah. So I mean, so people are looking at the positive here. A lot of people don't care for ESPN. I am one of them.
Yeah, me too.
I will say the only time I turn it on is when Peyton and Eli are on for
Yeah.
Monday Night Football.
Yeah,
Manning
on
Cast.
ESPN too.
Yeah, on ESPN.
And
I
the
don't-
Formula
I-
One racing. That's,
Right.
yeah.
So for the most part, I'm not watching ESPN.
Yeah.
I mean, I watch NFL Network. I watch.
They got a
you
little
know.
too goofy with the politics, and
Yeah.
and they need to focus on sports.
Absolutely. Now, NFL, excuse me, does get a 10% stake in ESPN too.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Now, like I said, this got to be approved by regulators. So nothing's changing for this current season. It'll be for the 2026 season. So we'll see how this shakes out. So we got a whole year to stew on this, on how ESPN's going to screw this up.
Well, this all could be a ploy too to get some other bidders to come in. What I'm
I don't
saying?
know about that.
I don't think anybody else wants them.
No, and I read the article I read on The Athletic had said basically ESPN is trying to get back into football because that's where all the money is. They're not making the money with. I mean, they're heavy NBA, heavy NBA.
Yep.
They just started getting back into the hockey. I will tell you, I don't care for what their production of hockey is at all, but that's just me. So I get it. They're trying to get more of the other sports in instead of just being heavy on really one sport.
There's a big thing going on, and this is one deal I'll root for ESPN. They're fighting to get the exclusive rights for Formula One for next year, and Apple is outbidding
Really?
them. And so far, I think they were playing. ESPN was paying them $80 million or something like that a year, and Apple offered them $160 million for the rights.
Really?
But Formula One is looking at it is because if they go to Apple, they'll lose a lot of it. This year they've had more viewership on Formula One than ever.
Yeah, I mean, ESPN does have more,
But they do it with Sky News.
and that's where they need to keep it. You need
That's
to keep it
right.
with Sky Sports
That's
because
right.
those guys are unbelievable. They've been calling Formula One for years, and they know what they're doing.
They
so
know
I
what
think,
they're talking
yeah,
about.
So they need
That's
to keep
right.
that. No, I agree.
But that's going to be a shakeup too. They got that big deal going on. I don't think the Formula One's going to go for the money and sign the deal with Apple.
No, because
if they
they're
do,
still-
it's going to be subscription, pay for Formula One.
No.
And they're trying to get more people involved in it, as
Right.
you can see when they come to the United States. You
Yeah.
know, and next year they're going to be in Texas.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, I'll give Formula One a ton of credit. We talked about it last week. They're off for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
They have been all over my Twitter all week
Yep.
with, doing little polls. I mean, keeping their fans engaged
That's
in
right.
what's going on.
Keeping you informed.
Until the next race. And I think they're doing a great job. I'll be curious to see what they do this week because obviously we're still 2 weeks away from another race. But, oh yeah, we've gone over.
Look what time it is, T.
Yes, it's great. Talk football. And
I
everything
know it.
else, so.
Well, we can keep on going with football. Now, they had some good guys last night. You got
Yeah.
one of the 44 Tucker. He came in. Holy cow. Now, I think he was a third-round draft pick, and they used him last night. Boy, is he going to be something. He's going to be really good. And another one, he had 3 touchdowns. They kept calling them all back, and he finally got one in.
Yeah, that's keep trying until you
Yep.
get it right is
That's
exactly
right.
what it is.
It was a very good game. I enjoyed it.
And we've also had 2 scary situations already last night, or was it one Detroit Lion player was carted off the field last night.
They thought he had a broken neck.
Yeah, but he's okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so basically they just ran out the clock, Detroit and Minnesota, which was the right thing to do.
Yeah, they suspended play.
Yeah, I mean, there's no need. I mean, the game was out of hand.
The
anyway.
game was done anyway.
It's a
Yeah.
preseason game, so.
And everybody was kind of pretty much low.
Yeah.
They're all depressed. So,
Well, of course, when you see someone
Yeah.
gets carted off the field, you
oh
don't wanna
yeah,
see
it's
that.
not good.
And that's the biggest problem about preseason is the injuries that are going to happen, and
Yep.
you're never going to fix that. You're going to have that in every sport.
That's right. That's
And
right.
preseason is basically an evaluation of players, and that's what it is. It's not really you may not see some of these guys on the field come week 1. So
Yeah, that's for sure. Or unless they move around and go to some other team that has a little opening somewhere. But
Yeah, you don't know.
there's a lot of talent out there this year. I think it was a good draft. It was a really good draft.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to all these guys.
And shall we talk about Sanders out of Cleveland? I mean, he is the fourth-string quarterback. I mean, he played very, very well. I mean, on Thursday, and they left him in there, which I thought was great.
And his moving ability was unbelievable. His scrambling back there, it reminded me of Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
The way he runs around, like that, nobody can seem to get a hand on him.
Yeah.
It's kind of reminds me of Patrick Mahomes without the throwing part.
Yeah, exactly. But you didn't get that.
He'll
Now,
get it.
he is considered the fourth-string quarterback behind Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and I don't know who is the other guy.
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah.
So we're going to say, I mean, you need to put him in. You're saying he's a fourth string, put him in for preseason game one. Now, obviously, the next two, you're probably going to see you're definitely going to see Flacco probably at least one series.
Now
and then Kenny Pickett, too.
His brother is a cornerback for the Bucks.
He played very well, yes.
He played unbelievable. I
Right.
think he's actually, he's a defensive guy, but he was really good.
I think they just need to go and play football. They need to stop the
with all
showman.
the
The showman.
bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to be polite.
Yeah, I know. But
They got to stop with the showmanship. Now they have. I will say that it's not as much as it was when it was in Colorado. I will say that.
I'm going to tell you this: listening to him in interviews and conversation, he's a very young man. I mean,
Which one?
mentally.
Ours or
Shador?
Shador out of Cleveland.
He is, for his age, he seems a bit immature, and you can see why he gets in trouble,
Right.
and stuff like that, because he just doesn't. He hadn't grown up all the way yet.
No.
You know what I mean?
Oh, and you could tell by his Twitter posts and stuff like that.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I think this will give him opportunity to grow.
Yeah,
You know,
and he needs
we'll
to.
see.
And then obviously what happened with Deion Sanders revealing that he had a cancer scare this summer too.
Yep.
Let me put things a little bit better perspective for the kids too.
Yep, he went through all that and it didn't leak out or nothing. And they,
Good for him.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And went through all that. He was going through all that last year during the games.
Yeah.
What stress? And then you have that. You got,
I know, but I'll tell you right now, doing those games are probably what's best for people because I know
Keeps your mind on it.
Keeps your mind off of what's going on. If I didn't have a job, I'd probably go into stir nuts at this point.
That's right.
Yeah. So.
You're sitting around thinking. That's
Yeah,
right.
you're sitting around thinking about the possibilities.
Yeah.
When
Is this it?
Right, and at the end of the day, you need to be thinking positively because you need to get this disease out of you at the end of the day.
That's right.
So,
All
I
right.
also wanted to say thank you for all you YouTube people who are on our YouTube page, watching us every week and giving us we got some really nice comments from people. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I called you to see if you knew
Yeah,
who they were.
he's texting me to see who some of you
If they were-
folks
are they
are. I
friends
don't.
of ours?
If I don't know you, but we appreciate your comments.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and we
Keep 'em coming.
Yeah, and we appreciate the fact that you are listening and watching
That's right.
every week.
And if you happen to miss this, you can always just go to WDBF Radio, and even in a search, you can type in Sports
Yeah.
Talk with T, and it'll pop right up
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
You know?
So we do appreciate it.
Well, all right, yeah, go to our YouTube page, WDBF. We got some other stuff on there.
Yes. Do.
And anyway, let's take our first, probably and only break today.
That's all right.
All right. We're just getting a party going on here, I tell you. You're listening to Sports Talk with T with Teresa Fitzgerald. I'm Stephen K, and this is Sports Talk with T. T, what do we got? I guess we got to talk about some car racing here now. I mean, there was a little bit on, and a little bit of slump with the Formula One stuff right now.
Yeah, they're in their 3-week break.
But-
Now, Steve gave me an interesting
Yeah.
article here after the Hungarian race last week. Lewis Hamilton, he left Mercedes, and now he's with Ferrari,
Right.
and he's having a rough season.
That's right. And the problem is his teammate is sitting on the pole and being in second and third.
Yeah.
And he's back in seventh and eighth.
Right, yeah. I don't think he's driving well, personally.
I don't think he and that Ferrari agree with his driving style doesn't, I don't know, go with that car. I don't know. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Who knows? But his talent, he has the talent to
Absolutely has a talent. His quote was, "I'm useless, absolutely useless."
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's looking for a change. I don't know if he can. I don't know if they'll give it to him or what the situation is here. But
Yeah, who knows what his contract looks like? But we just in speculation. We mentioned this before that the new Cadillac team. I don't know who. I haven't heard any driver's name for the Cadillac team next year, which is going to be the American team.
who owns that team, Steve?
Oh gosh, well, it started off as Andretti's.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Now some other. I can't remember. We had it
Okay.
on a thing, but it's they basically came in there and took over Andretti Global.
Okay.
And I can't remember the name of the guy that's the big money guy behind it. But it's going to be interesting. So I was just speculating of possible maybe that Hamilton really doesn't like the Ferrari deal and he wants to go over to the Cadillac. Who knows? It's going to be a crazy offseason.
Right now,
we know that Verstappen is going to stay with Red Bull, and Red Bull has got new management and new stuff.
yeah, obviously with the Horner
with
situation.
Horner going.
Right now, Sergio Perez and Valtteri Bottas are slated for your F1 or your Cadillac drivers next year.
Okay.
So they may. I mean,
So
that's obvious.
Say those names one time again.
Sergio Perez and Valtteri Bottas.
All right, Perez used to be a pretty good driver.
Yeah,
He was with Ferrari, I think, for a little while.
All right, so they're slated right now to take over to drive in 2026 for the Cadillac team. I don't know how many other drivers you want. I don't know. I mean, I know what your speculation is. I understand. Hamilton left Mercedes because he wanted to win.
Yeah,
And he's having a hard time at 7th and 8th place. And I thought at the end of last season, he was driving better than he had in previous, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like his last 3 or 4 races, I thought he was driving very, very well.
What was that one at Silverstone or something where the Mercedes were just so fast?
Yeah, they were
last
last year.
year, yeah.
I mean, we're talking 2024.
Yeah.
Before he made the move from Mercedes.
And the Mercedes started coming on. The Mercedes,
Yeah. But like you
George
said, they got a
Russell.
better team.
Yeah.
Or they got a better car.
Yeah, they did. But
Yeah.
what they did was they went to a new motor that was down on horsepower with the Ferraris. Well, unreal.
Yeah.
But that's going to be interesting to find out. The Indy cars are at in Portland this weekend, and that'll be coming on at 1 o'clock today. Watch the qualifying with that. Alex Palou is up front again, and we'll see how this goes.
That guy's on fire right
He is
now.
on fire, but I see some shanks in the armor.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I see some shanks in the armor. Well, I watched qualifying and practice yesterday, and usually when he'll go out and run a qualifying lap, he's completely perfect all the way around a 10-turn course, completely perfect. You see him starting to miss a couple turns. here and there.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
nothing lasts forever.
So you're starting to see the little mistakes that are going to cost him a win. That's what you're?
And that's what happened.
Yeah.
And that's what happened the week before.
Right.
So we'll see. All right. Last week, the NASCAR guys were at the Iowa Motor Speedway, and that was something else. Watch this.
Now listen to this.
Listen to it. Yeah.
Is there enough gas in the tank for
Check
William
this out.
Byron?
There you go.
Looming in the background.
Another gas race.
It's
Yeah.
Briscoe, Keselowski, and Blaney.
If these guys go, it's fine. We just got to get to the line.
The line is now in sight. Off turn 4 comes William Byron. Does he have enough? You betcha he does. William Byron. So close, but so good.
After running out of fuel while leading in Michigan, running out of fuel last week while running third in Indianapolis, William does maybe the best fuel save of your entire career make up for those 2 races.
Man, that was, how about that for some fuel mileage? It was,
You ain't kidding.
just we've had our fair share of things not go our way with fuel mileage, and just super thankful for Rudy, all these guys, all the engineers back at the shop, and just this whole race team. We've been through a lot this year. It's been a lot of growing pains. It's been tough on us, but it feels really good today to get a win. Honestly, felt like we had a good car and just kind of raced it and just tried to be there at the end, and we were, and luckily the fuel was enough there at the end. I think I ran out right there.
Yeah, literally ran out right at the. Why is my microphone? Hello. All right, who knows what the hell's going on here? This whole mixing board's getting ready to go.
Hopefully it doesn't go in the middle of a show.
Yeah, we'll be sitting over here.
Yeah.
See it on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's sign language. We'll just yell into a phone or something.
There you go.
All right. Well, yesterday the Xfinity cars and the NASCAR Cup cars today will be.
There's 3
Out.
races before the playoffs start for NASCAR.
They're down to it.
Yeah.
This is it. Yep, Xfinity guys were in Watkins Glen yesterday, and one of my favorite tracks. It was a lot of fun. I drove it on the iRacing simulator last night. I had a lot of fun doing that.
That's good.
So anyway, the Xfinity boys were at this great road course up in New York, and here's how it went.
And think about what a difference a year makes. You talk about the stock being up. A season ago, he came here, first career start, wins the pole, wins the race. A year later, he is dominating in his rookie campaign in the Xfinity Series. 5 wins. He's doing it on the road. He's doing it on ovals. Got Junior Motorsports their 100th victory at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Off the carousel from turn 5 to turn 6. Easily through 6 and over to 7. And now he can make the right-hander back to the checkered flag. The magical ride continues. Connor Zilic, 6th win of the year. He goes back-to-back at Watkins Glen.
And Connor Zilic,
But
that was a short-lived, what's the word I'm looking for?
Celebration.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly, celebration.
Yep.
Tell them what happened, Steve.
Well,
It was a freak accident, I do believe.
yeah. Here's what happened. Got a new microphone. Oh. Here's what happened. He stood up on top of the car to celebrate his win, like everybody does. They get up with a trophy or a beer. In fact, he had a beer in his hand.
Did he?
And he stood up on
Shouldn't
the
be
car.
drinking and driving. No.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's done. He won the race.
I know.
Well, anyway, he's getting back down off.
Shouldn't be celebrating and drinking is what I should be saying.
Yeah. Well, that was an intense race,
Yeah.
for a lot of. At the end of the race, there was a massive caution. Austin Hill created a couple wrecks during the course of the race, and there was a black flag. They had to stop the race. Everybody in the front, Connor Zilic was up in the front, so he had to battle himself back to first place 3 different times from restarts, and he totally had the fastest car. But when he got up on top of the car to celebrate his victory, when he stepped back down, his foot got entangled in the window netting, and he fell head first, hit the ground, and was not completely out. This is in the winner's circle. Everybody's celebrating. He fell off the car, and all you see is him laying there completely motionless. He was completely unconscious. They took him to the hospital. He put up a tweet this morning that said he's back to normal. He feels fine, but he has a broken collarbone.
So his season's over then.
We'll see. Well, I don't know how you could muscle those cars around with.
Well,
that.
he's out for at least 3 weeks, I would think.
At least.
I mean,
we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
And
I've
now
never had a
you come-
broken collarbone. Thank
And
God.
this
Knock
is
on wood.
he's moving up in the points, and this is right at the end of the season. They have 3 races left until the playoffs start. The ending race will be in the Daytona at the Daytona Speedway.
Yeah.
That's coming up on August 22nd, I believe. 2 weeks away.
Right.
So that'll
Hey.
be good. That'll be really good. And
Yeah.
God bless Connor Zilic. He's had such he's such a young kid, and he is so good.
Yeah.
Not only at the road races, but at the ovals. Junior Motorsports is really dominating the Xfinity. And a lot of people are saying this. The quality of the Xfinity racing this year is actually, I think it's better than the Cup cars.
Really?
Yeah. It's gotten, these
Now,
last couple races have been really good.
Now, do some of the Cup car guys race in Xfinity too?
Yeah.
Or okay.
They'll come over just to get a feel for the track for the next day or whatever.
Yeah.
But it used to be that they would race a whole season, and the poor guys that are dedicated to Xfinity were getting blown out in points by the Cup guys coming over. So what you have to do is if you're going for points in the beginning of the season, you have to declare what you're going for.
Right.
Whether you're going for Xfinity points or you're going for Cup points.
Right.
If you're going for Cup points for championship, then you don't get any of the points for Xfinity. So it lets the guys coming up, the younger guys coming up in Xfinity, look what's going on in NASCAR. All these young kids. At the end of the Xfinity race, like this week, but the last week, I said, look at these babies.
Yeah.
These kids don't even shave. They're not even old enough to shave.
No.
And they're all 17, 18
years old. I mean, they're kids.
Yeah.
And
But they're good.
Yeah, and the thing is that this is what happens every 10 years or so. You get a new crop of drivers. We're seeing it in golf too.
Yeah.
You see it in football a lot too. So it's just
It's a changing of the guard,
Right.
but it's really interesting to see. Now, in the old days in NASCAR, you might be 30, 40, 25, 30 years old before you ever get racing. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's like,
that doesn't happen
but now
they're kids.
these kids, they take them right out of the Legends cars, and if they're any good, they put them in the K&N series, and then they go to Xfinity. It's it's pretty. It's a neat progression how it goes, and if you're any good, you'll be there.
If you're any good, you're going to make your money when you're early in life.
Yeah.
You retire at 25 and have a good life after that.
That's right.
In
I
theory.
don't. But and then the other thing that the older drivers are hollering about is they're not paying these younger guys like they did the older guys. These guys.
What do you mean
these
by
younger
that?
guys? These younger guys aren't getting these big $5 million, $10 million contracts.
Really? That's interesting.
No, they want to drive, so they get them for
Cheap.
money, but they give them the perks. So you get,
Of course, yeah.
you get an airplane.
Obviously,
this and
you gotta prove yourself before you can.
Yeah.
I mean, any driver. I mean, you're not gonna be making Mac Verstappen money until you win a championship.
Well, that's right. And Formula One's totally different because that price range is just out of sight.
Yeah.
Out of sight.
Yeah.
I mean,
They don't know what a budget is.
I think the worst paid Formula One guy gets $2 or $3 million a year.
I'd like to do that for a year.
Yeah.
I'd be set up for
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
I mean, most people
you
would
know,
be.
all expenses paid.
Heck yeah. I mean,
So,
I could die, but there's always that. But
All
whatever.
right. Well, that's about it. There's a car race today. IndyCar at 1. Let's see. I think the Watkins Glen the coverage starts at 2, I think, and then races at 3. So that'll be good. The Watkins Glen, perfect race. Perfect venue. I love the whole deal.
It's supposed to be. It's been nice up there. I've been watching Saratoga.
Yeah, I watched that this weekend at Saratoga. What do they call it? They had the Saratoga something. I forget. I forget what they call
So
it.
at Saratoga today, which I think is really interesting, which
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing, I'm going to look into if I can bet on it. They're doing corgi races in between the
Corgi races.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, so I'll be turning in to see that.
Hopefully they don't have to go far.
I'm pretty sure they don't, but it's always fun. I think they got like 3 of them they're doing, which
wow.
which I thought was entertaining. So.
Oh, that might be
So
worth
this is an off
checking.
weekend for the horse racing. Yesterday was a sword dancer, was their big stake race. Most people don't, that's not really a big stake race for most people. Next week is the Alabama Stakes on next Saturday, and then the following week is Travers, which we'll definitely carry the Travers because that's always a great race, especially for any horse that's 3-year-olds, any of the race horses that were ran in the Derby, Preakness, and Belmont. So that should be a good race. And I think Torpedo Anna, the filly, is going to be running in the Travers.
Oh, okay.
She's
Torpedo Anna.
Yeah, and she's a beautiful horse, unbelievable horse. She's been practicing out on the Oklahoma track, which is the training track up in Saratoga. So I've been seeing a lot of clips of her. Kenny McPeak, her trainer's been throwing it out on Twitter quite a
Good
bit.
man, Kenny
Yeah,
McPeak.
she's been doing a lot of exercising the last couple of days. So Travers is in 2 weeks. So I'm going to assume she's going to go up against the boys in this race.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
I think she
definitely
could beat
watch that
them,
one.
in my opinion, but.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Can she go to the Breeders' Cup after that?
I think she's already in the Breeders' Cup because they've already had a few Breeders' Cup races up in Saratoga, and
should
Del Mar's
be.
running too.
Yeah.
So they got a lot of Breeders' Cup races, and the Breeders' Cup is the first weekend in November, and it's
Del Mar.
in Del Mar.
Yeah.
Where the surf meets the turf.
Where the surf meets the turf. That's right.
Bing Crosby
That's right.
coined that.
All right, we got a few minutes left. We could talk a little Rays baseball, which is not too good. I'm looking forward to the team being sold. Hopefully, it'll change some of the vibe.
My husband, Hockey Joe, and I were talking about it the other day because there was another vote from the city council for more repairs to Tropicana Field. There's such uproar about this situation, Steve.
Yep.
I mean, there really is. And I blame the owner, Stu Steinbrenner, right now.
Yep.
They should have took that $40 million payout in December. Obviously, they were thinking at the bigger picture because at the time the stadium deal was still in place.
Mm-hmm.
So they were thinking, all right, why are we going to buy the team out from their contract when we still have them here till at least 2028? We're building them a new stadium. We're doing, everything seems to be going on the right track. And then he pulls what he pulled. I mean,
Yeah, it was negotiating in bad faith for sure.
Right. And as a taxpayer that lives in St. Pete, I'm pretty over it myself. Why are you paying for a stadium that's going to be vacant in 3 years?
Just are you hearing me in your on your headphones?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Okay.
So now the players, they don't care where they play. That's evident. They just want to play baseball.
Yeah.
They're saying all the right things off camera or on camera. They are not doing the right things on the field.
That's right. And
They're making it harder for themselves than they have to.
that's right. And their pitching is this week.
Their
I got
bullpen
to
is
see-
horrible.
Yeah, well, I got to see some of those pictures they got from the Twins and and the White Sox or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys aren't. I ain't seen one yet that is any better than the
What they already
pitching they had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Actually, maybe even worse. There's a couple guys there I thought had some opportunity and a chance to really improve and show themselves.
No.
Sorry.
Mark Topkin from Tampa Bay Times, he's been covering the Rays since, I do believe, their inception, so he
Right.
knows them inside and out. His tweet the other night was, let me see if you've heard this before. Bullpen implodes and Rays lose. And he must have written that 50 times this year.
It's a stamp.
Exactly. Yeah. He didn't have to write it. We all know what he's going to say. I mean, I'm not a big Rays fan. I don't follow baseball like I follow other sports. But if you're a Rays fan, you got to be frustrated.
I am frustrated. I've watched every game in the last 2 weeks from the Rays.
Why?
Yeah, because I want to.
I will say
because we do a sports show, and
you are right. I should watch too. Anyway, I did watch the Angels game because it was a 1:00 game, so I threw it on at my office the other day.
Yep.
Other than that, I'm not sitting there watching.
They showed signs the other day of starting to turn it around.
Yes, because they did win that series against the Angels.
Yep.
Now the Angels have the same record as the Rays.
Yep.
So they're 9.5 off of first place in the AL East. They're still 5.5 on a wild card. So I mean, both teams aren't going too far, in my opinion.
No, I think if they're going to end the season pretty much about where they're at right now.
Yeah,
because I don't see them gaining on anybody. They're not.
Well, they're
might
not winning.
They gained a little bit on the Yankees, but not much.
Yankees are going to miss playoffs too.
I don't think so.
You think they're going to go into
yeah.
another gear and?
No, I think they'll. They'll make at least a wild card.
Right.
Yeah.
Although I could see the Yankees being out in the first round too. They're not playing. They're not playing good baseball either.
Yep. We'll see. We'll see what happens. They need to get healthy too.
Yeah.
They got the same pitching problems we do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Basically.
Yeah.
And one thing I meant to mention, but just swing full circle and go back to football. Did you see the new deal with the replays and the automatic replays and all that crap?
I've seen the new rules, and I figured we could talk about that next week. I did
Okay.
not break it down this week.
All right, we'll talk about
that
it
next
next
week. Because I do want to talk
12
about...
cameras on every field.
Yeah.
That's unreal.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. I want to talk about golf since we got
All right, go
a
ahead.
couple of minutes. Last weekend in the Wyndham Championship, which actually starts the FedEx Cup series, to see who's going to win the $10 million, Cameron Young won the tournament at 22 under. Now, how this works, everyone, is last week, the top 70 players, they move on to the next tournament, which is the FedEx St. Jude right now. Oh, my God. I watched this yesterday, Steve.
Yeah.
Those guys are... Tommy Fleetwood,
I saw I watched a
Justin
little bit of
Rose, and Scotty Scheffler are your top 3 right now. They're going back and forth. Now, Tommy Fleetwood and Justin Rose were paired up with each other. Fleetwood's at 14 under. Excuse me. Justin Rose is at 13 under, and Scheffler is at 12 under. This is going to be a great ending to the FedEx St. Jude in Memphis today. Now, and how this works is the top 50 players, they qualify for the BMW Championship.
Is that the next one?
That's next one, and that's actually at Cabot Golf Club in Maryland. And then the final FedEx Cup, which will be in 2 weeks, is the Tour Championship, which is in East Lake in Atlanta every year. And that's only the top 30 players from BMW. So after Atlanta, the FedEx Cup champion will be crowned. And then from there, we're also going to know who gets into the Ryder Cup, because the Ryder Cup is in September up at Bethpage in Long Island.
Okay.
So we got a lot of golf, got a lot of good golf coming up in the next 3 to 4 weeks. And with I do believe the Ryder Cup is towards the end of September, so we'll have a couple tournaments leading up to that.
Cool.
So it'll be kind of cool. And I'm also going to look in to see, because right now Bryson DeChambeau is, he's got enough points to make Ryder Cup. I don't know how that's going to shake out, because he's not allowed into these other tournaments. He's only allowed to play
He's
major.
a live.
I know he's a
live
So I'm
guy.
gonna do some digging on that. So my assignments right now to figure out how Bryson can make Ryder Cup without playing any of these tournaments, and then I'll also get the new rules for the football. So that's my assignment for next
Okay.
week. What are you doing?
You caught me off guard there.
I know.
I have no idea.
That's all right. That was a joke, folks. That's all.
Oh, so what are you doing?
I got a lot of work to do now. No, I don't. I was when I was watching the golf, I thought that would be a cool thing to see how he can actually Bryson DeChambeau make the Ryder Cup without, because you got to have points, Pete, in the FedEx Cup, and this
Yeah.
is what it's a top 6 at the time. So I'll figure all that out next week.
And he's not in the FedEx.
No.
He's not even eligible to play.
No, he's for these last 4 tournaments, he is ineligible because he's on live, but because he's won a major.
Yeah.
And he's won so many, he can play majors. Obviously, we're already done with majors.
Yeah.
They're gone. He right now he's in fourth or 5th in the FedEx standings. Now, what they're doing is when I saw the preview of Ryder Cup, they're doing the top 6 of the FedEx is getting in automatically. So I'll figure all that out.
Okay.
We'll have a good conversation about it. Although because now football is going to take all our time, which there's nothing wrong with that, folks, in my opinion. So, all right, that means it's time for us to stop talking.
We were late getting started. Looks like we're going to be late leaving.
That's all right, no big deal. So,
All right, folks. We'll see y'all next week.
all right, everybody have a great week, and thanks for listening as always. See ya.